He has been a revelation for the Saints, one of the top rookies in the National Football League, and perhaps most importantly, drafted by my fantasy team in the one league that I really want to win. He's Alvin Kamara here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Alvin?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
That last part, you did not know that piece of information, I assume, until just now, right?
Nah, I didn't. It was funny.
I mean, it hasn't made around the rounds in New Orleans, is what you're saying. That hasn't made it back there to the Bayou.
Now we know.
I'm sure you've. Are you walking the streets of New Orleans right now, Alvin?
Oh yeah, I was down getting some breakfast, so I just walked outside real quick. I'm just cooling, enjoying my little off day.
Yeah, describe the scene for me right now with you in the Bayou. Where are you right now, Alvin?
Man, right now I'm down on Magazine. Over here by the Ruby Slipper, just grabbing some food.
Okay. Do you have a favorite breakfast spot there?
Yeah, that's what it's called, the Ruby Slipper.
What do you get at the Ruby Slipper?
I get cinnamon swirl pancakes with the candy bacon and some cheese grits.
I just had a heart attack hearing that, Alvin. My God. Wow.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good.
Well, I mean, if I ate that, I would have to work out like 90 straight days to work it off. But I guess that's what it's like being young. You enjoying living down there, I imagine, in New Orleans.
Yeah, yeah, I do. You probably wouldn't be able to run that 40 if you ate that.
No, I wouldn't. My 10-yard split would suffer. That's for darn sure. I know that. So, how have you been able to adjust seemingly so quickly to the National Football League, Alan? What do you attribute that to?
Man, definitely just being where I am in New Orleans. I mean, it's such a welcoming place, and I think just with the organization, it's also welcoming. And my teammates, I mean, there's so many guys that are looking to help me in any way that they can. I mean, starting with Mark Ingram, just in the same room as me, open to any question, anything that I need, anything. I mean, he's right there, helping me get better every day. And then to the rest of the guys, the vet guys from Drew to Ted Ginn, I mean, to Brandon Coleman, Mike Thomas, all those guys. I mean, defensive guys, Craig Robertson and Cam Jordan and Alex Okafor. I mean, everybody. I mean, it's help and support coming from all ends. So, I really have no choice but to be successful.
What example can you give me about Brees, about what he's put in your mind's eye or whispered in your ear at some point over the last several months that's helped you?
I mean, with Drew, it's nonstop. It's every week. I mean, he's coming to me and whether it's, hey, let's work a route after practice or just keep going. We'll keep building this thing and it's only gonna get better from here. I mean, I've been saying it all season. Drew's just an open book. So I mean, with the things that I have to do within this offense, if I have any questions or any type of confusion, I mean, I can go right to Drew without any hesitation and ask him, and he clears it up with no doubt. And I trust him with everything.
Alvin Kamara, Saints rookie running back, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. You also had the GOAT in your or a GOAT in your running back room for a little while, and Adrian Peterson. What'd you learn from him?
Man, I learned a lot from Adrian. Just being the person that he is. I mean, first of all, he's a great person. I mean, and that's what I think. A lot of people don't see that side. They see the football player, but I mean, he's an even better man. And I learned a lot. I mean, it's just life. Just being a man from him. But of course, on the football side, I mean, he was pouring everything into me that he knew. He was like, man. He was like, Rook, you a good one, Rook. He said, man, I just want to see you ball. I just want to see you ball. So any questions I had, I also felt comfortable going to Adrian, too, because, I mean, he was just, he's just a bubbly person and just so open and welcome. So it was great to have him in there.
So, and Sean Payton's Rolodex runs deep. I know he was the position coach of Marshall Faulk, who once sold popcorn in the Superdome. He's as New Orleans as they come. Who has Sean Payton exposed you to from football life, football history, to try and get you prepped for doing what you're doing right now?
I mean, man, he hasn't really gone too far into depth about the football history with me, but of course with Sprozy that was here and Pierre and Reggie and like you said, he had Marshall. I mean, just some of the things that I've been doing. I mean, he kind of goes back and says, this is how Sproles used to do it, or this is how, you know, when Reggie did this, that, you know. So I mean, I have all the information at my fingertips, you know. I mean, anything I ask. Sometimes we might have a route, and I ask Coach Payton, like, where is that? Like, do you have a clip of this, or can I see this, or what do you think about it? And I mean, also just with the index and of film that we have, I mean, I could just go back and pull up any of those guys' films and see it for myself. So
it's remarkable how deep it does go. And Payton and Brees getting there in 06. And, you know, I did see a quote from Sean Payton saying that the only thing holding Alvin Kamara back from being Rookie of the Year is me, is what he said. What did he mean by that, do you think, Alvin?
Man, I didn't even see that, but
yeah, he said that.
I mean, I guess if Coach Payton stopped dialing it up for me, then I guess I wouldn't win it. But you know, I think he's been doing a great job of just putting me in position. I think that's one of the biggest things, you know, coming into the league. I mean, if you have a coach that can put you in the right position to be successful, I mean, it makes all the difference.
Well, I mean, I guess part of that means is that he's not throwing you out there for 20, 30, 40 touches. How many touches a game do you think you could handle in the NFL right now, Alvin?
Man, I mean, I never put a min or a max on what I can handle. You know, I just say whatever thrown on my plate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll handle it, whether it's low or high, in the middle. I mean, it's whatever.
And you know, interestingly enough, what a catch you had over the weekend to cap a comeback that eventually was the win. What was it like in the huddle with Brees in those final 2 minutes, Alvin?
With Drew, I think I said it after the game. You know, I got the same question, and with Drew, it's like ultimate calmness with him. You know, you walk into the huddle and he just looks up at the clock and he's like, "All right, here we go." He's like, "All right, we got time. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of time." And I'm like, man, this man is so poised. Like, he got a quarterback to thing. I just got to, you know, I got a small job in this. And he's like, he's so calm. So I'm like, I have no reason to have any stress. Like, he's the commander. So when he's hitting like that, it makes it hard to not be locked in and just focused and ready to attack.
And then you just, I mean, you double caught that thing. How often do you practice that, Alvin? How often do you practice
that? That right there, I just kind of took my eyes off the ball, and luckily it bounced and tipped in front of me, and I was like, just focused. I was looking at the ball. I was like, man, if I take a hit, I take it. It's whatever. I caught it, and luckily they weren't trying to tackle me, and I got into the end zone. I was too hyped.
And then you did and then you jumped into the stands with the fans.
Yeah, fleur-de-leap, man. I got up there. I said it to Mark before the game. I was like, hey, if I score, I'm getting into I'm not just leaping on the little barrier. I'm getting in the stands with the fans. Like,
did you call that a fleur-de-leap?
Yeah, fleur-de-leap.
I've never heard that before. Did you coin that?
Nah, I didn't.
Okay.
I saw somebody tweet it to me, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, fleur-de-leap. So that's what it is.
Fleur-de-leap. I love that. That is fantastic. So, who's talking Super Bowl around there, Alvin? Walk me through it.
Look, I stay away from that. I'm staying tunnel vision on the goals that we have. We got another game this week, and we just got to stay focused on what we need to do. You know, and that's win a game each week. We got to go 1-0 every week.
Mm-hmm. And where does, let's be honest here, where does in all that goals of you personally, professionally, where does making sure my fantasy team wins it all rank, Alvin? Seriously, be honest with me here.
I mean, now that I know your fantasy plots and plans, I guess it'll be up there in the top 5. I'll show you some love.
You know, Alvin, I appreciate that. I understand you've got teammates. I understand Brees might look at you sideways if you put it any higher than that. I appreciate that. But there's a lot on the line here. There's a lot. I drafted you. Because I saw you at the Combine, Alvin. I saw you at the Combine. Charles Davis, who's Mr. Tennessee, he's been whispering in my ear about you for a very, very long time. And then, and Payton clearly saw something in you. What was that draft experience like for you, sitting there third round, getting a call from Payton?
Man, it was huge. You know, I mean, of course, it was a lot of talk about me in the first round, second round, and honestly, through the whole process, I was like, man, I did what I had to do. And, you know, now it's just the waiting game. You know, I wasn't thinking about, okay, well, I should go first or I should go second. I was just like, wherever I land, you know, I'm going to be grateful for where I am, and I'm going to go to work. So getting that call from Coach Payton, I mean, it was just like, it was a blessing, you know. It was definitely, I think everything happened for a reason, and it shook out the way it shook out for a reason, and I think I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Alvin, look, I really appreciate the call. Good luck to you the rest of the way. Good luck to us. I'll be very honest with you, the rest of the way.
I got you.
Okay, you got very good. And enjoy that breakfast at the Ruby Slipper there in
I will do that.
in New Orleans.
I definitely will.
Okay, very good. There's Alvin Kamara, Saints rookie running back.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.